Hi everyone, welcome back to Crochet Rocks. Tracy here, and well, it's another scorcher. Every day is a scorcher. And yeah, I woke up today having had about 3.5-4 hours sleep. For some reason last night my own bed was not my friend. I could not get comfortable, and I just felt like my pillow was in my face. Now, I had the squishiest gigantic pillows that we bought when we was on the ship, and they are huge and they're really squishy, and normally I just sink into them and it's lovely, but I felt like they were in my face too much and they were smothering me. And I had the air conditioning on because it was so hot under the covers, and if I threw the covers off I got cold then. So I was just not gonna get to sleep no matter what. So I got up and watched some YouTube and stuff, and ate some nuts. I know I shouldn't have probably done that, but I was getting the little telltale signs that I was going to get cramp in any case. So when I got up I thought, right, I'm going to make sure I have one of my electrolyte drinks and some nuts and hopefully keep it at bay. And then I thought, right, I'm going to go to sleep, and I just managed to get off, but I woke up every sort of 15 minutes and managed to get off. But it was horrible, absolutely awful night, and very little sleep. So if I look a bit blah, that's why. But also, Gary said to me earlier that I was quiet. I made up for it a bit since, but I said, oh, it's because I'm in pain. It's just having that effect that, excuse me, it's having that effect, you know, when you kind of, it's just there all the time and you just end up going in yourself a little bit. And that's how I was earlier. I'm going to have a quick drink. We needed to pop out because Gary needed to get some barbecue bits for when he does the barbecue for the kids, and so he's working tomorrow, so it had to be today. So we popped out, and he wanted to get some lamb. He likes the lamb steaks that you get in Aldi, and they're just the right thickness for barbecue. So he wanted to go in there, and guess what? Got a yarn event on. And I saw the yarn and I thought, oh. So I filmed a little bit of the aisle and a video of what I did actually get and stuff. And I bought these yarns here to do for a giveaway. Now, it's the cakes, and I don't rate their cakes as much as others, but they're better than they used to be. And that's a Glitzy one. So that there is a giveaway for my members. Yeah. So I'll show you a quick bit about this yarn then. Ready? Wow, 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 wow. That's it. That's kind of what you're gonna see. But I'll be doing my members video in a minute. And yeah. That's what I got. That, not just that, there are other things, and when I filmed it, at the end I sort of got the receipt and told what the prices are, so that's why it will be called something like prices at the end as well. So I kind of forgot to mention. Yeah, so not been the best of days for me. It's been getting steadily worse this last few days, but I'd arranged with Gemma to see Tyler, and because I haven't seen him for a while. Last time I saw him was the last school holiday when I had him, and so I figured, you know, maybe during the school holidays I could see him a bit. Well, it turns out that he's busy all school holiday, and there's just a few days that we could do. First of all, she thought I was asking for weekends, and so they were all busy. And I said, oh no, I said weekdays. And she said, oh yeah, I didn't see that, I misread it. But yeah, so basically the only days that she's got are this Wednesday and Thursday. So I did ask her if she wanted to come to the barbecue and bring him, but she can't for some other reason. So I said, well, maybe, you know, that I wanted to arrange it so that Gary was with me and he could drive, because there's no way I could drive that distance. So Wednesday I shall see him, and then Thursday we have the barbecue. So as luck would have it, I've been getting a little bit ahead of videos because I knew that there would be, I wanted to stay that far ahead, but I don't think it's gonna transpire, you know, that I'm going to be that far ahead. Although I have made some, but I've even run out of pre-recorded giveaways, so I've got to do some batch recording of giveaways, and I've got these tutorials on the go and one I want to start. So yeah, it's all gonna kind of happen, isn't it, in the summer, when you see people and you go out a bit more and all that. So sorry if I'm not my usual bright-eyed, bushy-tailed self, but constant pain is a niggle and it drags you down, and B, I'm not tired enough to go to bed, but I know that I'm sluggish a bit because I did not sleep. I have no idea why, because I was tired, but it felt like I was being suffocated by my own pillow, and I even switched pillows to my old one, and then it just, my arm started aching, and I thought, oh, it's ridiculous. Ridiculous. So while I came in here, I watched a sleep doctor. I thought, you know, this, for some reason, it's almost like it read my mind. It's bizarre, because this was how to get back off to sleep video come up. I thought, no, how does it know? How does it know? I hadn't said anything, I wasn't talking. Is it reading minds now? But it came up, this sleep doctor thing, and how to get back off. So basically it was a breathing technique that he happens to agree with, and it didn't really work, I have to say. Although I did get to sleep, so maybe, I don't know. But yeah, that was weird. And so I watched that and a few other things and played my game, and then I thought, you know what, I'm just going to try get back to sleep. So I did. Not back to sleep, because I hadn't actually slept at all by this stage. It was 4 something in the morning. Yeah, nasty. I hate days like that, you know. And I know perhaps my arm is playing a part, although I wasn't laying there thinking, oh, I can't sleep because of my arm. But one thing I can't do is turn over. So maybe that is, you know, sleep, it is playing a part, really. Oh, so Gary's out there doing his path. Well, no, he's done his path up into the part that you can do. So it now goes right to the end of the yarn event. It's got a little bit left before he gets to the step up. And the garden does slope, so he's had to slope it up a tad. And he's now making the step for his new decking. So that's what he's doing out there. And hopefully put some factor on. Doubt it somehow. Doubt it. He needs kind of reminding every 5 minutes to do stuff like that. Although a couple of times I've gone out the kitchen and the sun cream has been on the side, and I think he's done it, you know. He has. So he is improving. He is improving. So when we went out, as usual, he bumped into someone he used to work with. And so we bumped into them twice in different shops, because we went into Aldi, as I said, to get this lamb, and then we had to pop to Morrison's to get a few other things, and we saw them in both shops. Anyway, let's do the stuff before I forget in my tired, pain-ridden stupor that I'm in. So yeah, we can see now, we've got a quote on the Mandalorian calendar, because we had the picture, which was not really anything to write home about. Fennec Shan said, if you wish to continue breathing, I advise you to weigh your next words carefully. Words I often say. No, not anymore. I mean, I never did. What am I talking about? Nah. Although, they're pretty good. I just saw a rude word, and that it's not on the one that I'm going to do today. Right. Although I don't know what's in the one. Let's go. A man slept on the beach for 5 hours and ended up with a severe sunburn all over his body. He goes to the hospital and quickly admitted after being diagnosed with second-degree burns on his legs. The time the doctor arrives, he's blistering and in serious pain. To help him, the doctor orders an IV with saline and electrolytes, a sedative and a Viagra pill for every 4 hours. The attending nurse looks surprised and asks, what good will Viagra do for him? The doctor says, it will keep the sheets off his legs. Oh, that's quite funny. Because I had severe sunburn when I was a kid and all the sheets were terrible. When they touched me, it was like, it was 1,000 knives all over me. It was terrible. The thing is, I was sunbathing out the garden at my mum's house. You know, I was kind of probably about 12, 13. And the sun kept going behind tufty clouds, and it was more kind of in than it was out. So I just figured, oh, I won't be getting a tan. But you do. So I basically baked myself all day, probably without any factor, because, you know, back then, mums didn't always buy stuff like that because it was just like, nah. The only time that she ever bought amber Solaire, and it was probably oil, because it made your tan look good. I think that was the only reason everybody had amber Solaire, and so they smelt like whatever that was. Always reminded me of cucumbers, like perfumed cucumber. I don't know, but yeah, I remember having to, like, I'll get me some amber Solaire. Maybe it encouraged tan, I don't know, but it weren't a factor back then. It wasn't a preventative, it was an aid, you know, aid to tanning back in the day. So no wonder we all have like melanomas and actinic keratosis and all these skin complaints from the sun. I wonder how because we were baked by it. Luckily back then there was a bit of an ozone layer, but it was still not great, you know. And little children were encouraged to run around naked without anything on at all, just getting a nice tan. Yeah, what did they know? Those were the generation that also were told that smoking was good for you. So, you know, we didn't stand a chance, did we? Passive smoking from all these health sticks and getting burnt by the sun every summer. No wonder we are the way we are. That's all I say. So, yeah, we had a little drink in the pub as well, but it wasn't much because firstly, it was, why are they giving us, like, asking us what tables we need? Then I suddenly realised it's Carvery on a Sunday, so that tables were at a bit of a premium. So, but Gary only had like a couple of pints and then we left. So I just had one Coke. It lasted as long as 2 of his pints because he was mega thirsty. So yeah, we just had a little one and a chat in there and then left. So yeah, didn't really do a great deal, but didn't eat out or anything like that. We just came back and had a late breakfast. It was 2 o'clock by the time. I wasn't hungry, which you'd think I would be, wouldn't you, being awake most of the night? You think, you know, my stomach and metabolism would have started up early. But yeah, I wasn't hungry at all. Must have been all them nuts. All those blooming... I've eaten them all now. They've all gone. So I won't be buying any more for quite some time. The only thing I will eat is the peanut butter, which has got absolute zip in it. And yeah, so that was the only thing. And I'm going to try my best to eat very sensibly until the barbecue is over. And then Gary, he said he's going to do a low carb with me for a bit. So I said, in that case, I will go down to induction and, you know, no more kind of fruit of any kind, no more blueberries, no more nuts, no more cream. well, I can have a bit of cream, but there's nothing to have it on, so there's no reason. Only to put it in a bit of coffee or something. But yeah, I said I will go induction and go back to basics to give it a kickstart and undo the cravings that I now seem to be getting with the nuts and the blueberries and fruit. At least I haven't bought any raspberries or strawberries, just blueberries. So yeah, I mean, I can eat them, but I think I've been going a bit over the top with it. And nothing is good if you do it over the top. It's all in moderation is, you know, the key, isn't it? Not with yarn though, eh? No. That's one fibre that, you know, we can have in an abundance and not have to worry about. The only thing we have to worry about is where to put it. That's about it, really, isn't it? Yeah. At least it's not fattening. It's just... so yeah, Gary bought me some yarn today. It was very nice. And I was shocked. I mean, I kind of forgot there was an Aldi Yarn Event, because it's usually September, so it's early. And well, basically, I saw a little while ago someone who is an affiliate, and they always get the nod early, put what you can look forward to in the upcoming Aldi event. So Aldi Yarn Event. So I kind of didn't watch it. I just saw the headline and I thought, oh, well, that's coming up soon, isn't it? And then for some reason, I don't know why, I just said, okay, yeah, we're going there today. And there it all was. So I was like, oh, ow. But I have to say, as far as Aldi are concerned, they seriously need to up their game with people who are knowledgeable about yarn, seasons, what size a yarn is, what crochet hook sizes we need, what they should display in terms of ply or size, and all of those things. And they have not a clue about any of it. Not a clue. And it will become apparent in the video. But seriously, they need to employ someone, because if they do, if, say for argument's sake, someone like me, if they employed someone like me, then they'd be selling cotton at the right time. They would get the right weight of cotton as well. And they would have things called what they actually are, not what they think they are. So, you know, they do need to seriously up their game in terms of knowledge about the crafts. Just saying. Anyway, cheers. I have a raspberry ripple, what flavoured Pepsi. It's rather nice. So, Pepsi, if you want to send me loads for shouting it out, you know, I won't say no. As long as it's 0, I'm your girl. I also love the salted caramel, just saying, if you want to send me that. But can you imagine Pepsi going, oh yeah, I'll watch this woman go Crochet Rocks. I might just send her some, you know, like they would. Wouldn't it be hilarious if it turned up? It would, wouldn't it? So the other day, Martin told me that he had shouted me out to this lady that, but what I kind of, when he said, oh, she said, is that Tracy and Gary? And I thought, she must have been aware of me, because my latest videos were all Charlotte's joke of the day, weren't they? So if she just kind of opened me up there and then and knew me from that, she wouldn't really have seen Gary, would she? So I wonder if she actually kind of knew of me anyway. I don't know. Oh, so yeah, my arm is not very good today, and I did lay on my back a bit, so I'm wondering if that, I kind of have a pillow propped to this side, stop me from going right on my back, and so obviously the arm was up against that pillow, so I was kind of at an angle and leaning against the pillow, and I, you know, as I lay there thinking of several expletives while I couldn't sleep. So yeah, maybe that is why it was worse today. But then again, it hasn't twanged as much at all, so it has caught me a few times. So The stupid thing is I can hold something in my hand and it's fine, or I could just move it a certain way and it isn't fine. I have no idea what actions it is that actually hurt, because it could be any of them at any point. It's very annoying. I need to get it sorted, I know. And I'll whinge. Oh, do I whinge? I hate that about me. I'm such a whinger, you know. There's Gary with his achy toe. Does he whinge? This amount. Whereas I whinge like, I can't even do it. This amount. I whinge. I am a whinger. Because it's there constant. It's like having a toothache, isn't it? Niggle, 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 niggle. It's really aggravating. So tomorrow, hopefully, I'll sleep better and I will get up bright-eyed, bushy-tailed and get on with my my crochet that I need to do. Because I've only got 2 days before we're not at home to get stuff done. Well, we are at home on the Thursday, but we won't be getting anything done. Although, I'll probably have the day. I'll probably have a bit of the day. Don't know what time it will kind of start from. Pardon me. Anyway, guys, I also need to pop out either Monday or Tuesday. I had to go and sort something out at the post office for Gary. So, yeah, that's going to eat into my time too. Anyway, I am really sorry I'm not my happy self. I'm not being miserable, just whingy, you know. And, you know, not really miserable, just, I know I'm like a little bit less me. A little bit less of me than there normally is. So, oh, I know I meant to tell you this, right? Oh, yesterday I was watching TV and, well, I wasn't actually. I was doing something in the kitchen and I walked in and Gary's looking at his phone like a teenager, like he is, yeah, looking at his phone, and the screen of the TV is blue. So I said, what's the matter with that? He went, I don't know. It's not working. So I said, what do you mean it's not working? He said, well, it just doesn't work. So I picked up the skybox and I tried to turn it over. Nothing. So I put the TV on to its other functions. It worked fine. So whatever it was Sky. So I said, okay, Gary, we're going to have to, you know, turn it off at the wall. So Gary unplugs it, but he unplugs all of the plugs. They immediately drop behind the cabinet. So, and he can't get at them anymore. So I said, you know, we should have put like an extension lead across so that they were just down there and you could have easily, anyway, got a coat hanger, fished for it, plugged it back in and it worked. So I thought, well, that just needed resetting. So carried on doing something, wanted to turn it over. I was going to check out the sport news in case of any transfer news. And I turned it over and it froze and went blue. And I thought, oh, okay. So I got it on the Sky app and we walked through installing software. So that, like, the first time we reset, the second time we reset by unplugging all the plugs, then plugging them all back in and it come back. And then it went off again. So we installed software and it come back. So then Gary went to bed and I went to watch something and it was gone. And I thought, oh no. So I went back on the app and went through yes, I've tried this. No, it didn't work. And it ordered me a new box. And I thought, oh, that's a bit of a pain because it's going to take 3 or 4 days, 3 to 5 working days for it to arrive. So nothing's going to record that we watch, which is going to be a bit of an annoying thing. So I had to watch something other than Sky last night. It was kind of, oh, don't like this. But anyway, we've got lots of other streaming services and things to watch. So yeah, downloaded something and watched it. But yeah, soaps, they're not going to record. The House of the Dragon won't record. When you first put it on, it works for a while and then it just suddenly must overheat in the box or something. Yeah, but it's knackered. Is that a rude word? It's not, is it? Knackered. No, because it's what I am. It's kind of in as good a health as I am. So yeah, how annoying is that though? So we've got to wait for him to send us a new one. But I can actually watch it on my computer through the Sky Go app. And so if we need to watch something, we can watch it on this or the laptop or something else, which won't be great. I mean, this sitting close to it, I'll be able to watch something and it's close enough to you know, to watch it. It's a big enough screen, I mean. But yeah, what a palaver. Annoying. And I think as well, if I put it on my laptop and I put the HDMI lead in, I can mirror that to my computer, you know, to the TV, so we can watch it through there. So all is not lost, but we'd have to watch things as they're on at the time they're on, because we won't be able to record it unless I reset it, put it on, watch it, don't turn it over, and hopefully it will stay on. But that's if it records, which it probably won't. It is a puzzlement. I don't know, it's a bit weird. I've never had one go like that before. Anyway guys, I am going to get off and I will see you on the next one. Take care, and well, bye bye for now. And again, if you haven't seen me do this, I have to reach across with this arm because this one is kaput. So bye for now, take care.